So how does GMT's Charioteer Race for Glory in Ancient Rome compare to the other race games we've played? Let's give it a review today on Legendary Tactics.
So I actually requested this game from GMT Games. They were kind enough to send us a review copy because I am trying to find a game that of GMT's that you like better than Battleline.
Right, because I would say most of the GMT games for me are down here. Battleline is up here.
Yes. So save your verdict for the end. I want to see whether this game could topple Battleline as your favorite GMT game. But Cax, what were your thoughts on the aesthetics? Let's start there.
Oh, the aesthetics. It's a simple game. I find it.
But just the look of it, though.
Yeah, the look is fine. I mean, it really kind of places you in ancient Rome. I really like the cutouts of the symbols of the Charioteer.
Yes.
They're like really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about you, Flash?
I mean, the tokens are okay. I think when I first looked at the board, I thought, wow, that's simple and unimpressive. But what I really liked about, this is more of a mechanism, but the cornering was a really cool way that you can plan for it. The board's long enough that it becomes part of the simple aesthetic of the board makes it so that you can plan forward.
Yes.
So, I mean, the tokens are pretty unremarkable.
Yeah.
Cards are pretty
These guys
typical.
knock over easy.
Yeah.
And
nothing really stands out there.
Yeah, I do like these guys here. These tokens I thought were really...
They feel chunky.
Yeah, they're nice. The cards are good and the icons are fine. The board is a bit blah. Like I've heard other reviewers say it's like those if you're playing Wii Sports or something. No, you got the Wii Sports, me people
right.
cheering you on. But it's functional though. I think it's fine. The cover is great. But I mean, it's not the best looking game. But
reminds me a little of Time Stories, actually.
Oh yeah.
So totally different game though.
So
mechanism. We better talk about that. And you're our mechanism guy.
Yeah, I guess so.
What do you like about it?
Well, I as you said, I really like the cornering mechanism. I think it's a super easy to grasp, surprisingly punishing.
It is
thing where you're like, oh, it's just you have to take some extra steps. No, it actually slows you right down if you don't do it. But I think it's a very stripped back design. There's not a lot of chrome, as we say, but I like how there's 4 distinct kind of paths you can take. Like the cornering is used in the corners, otherwise useless. Attack for when you want to do some damage. You can heal, and you do have a bit of strategic kind of thinking when it comes to picking which, not only how far you want to move, but also what you want to also accomplish as part of it, and you got to tie in all your tiles in that. So what about yourself?
There's a few subtleties that I like. I find that it's really nice when you attack that it punishes both of them.
Yeah. So
you don't have to pick an enemy. It's just you universally do damage. I think there's a few elements that are nice that add little randomness to the game. This card queue coming out allows you to plan forward far enough.
I was using it. I'm like, okay, I've got 2 cards ahead. I'm going to come up to the corner, so that's great. I got to save on my black zeros or my, whatever. I was planning.
And there's enough time that you can implement that strategy. But most importantly for me in a race game is it needs to feel fast. And I find I don't like racing games for the most part because they feel slow and clunky, where it's playing cards and you only move like 1 square, and it just I don't like them. This one's simple enough that it's easy to learn, but I think there's enough movement and speed that it keeps it moving.
Yeah.
I really like the skills part of this game.
Yes.
I really like the way that they balance that, and if you can put all your eggs in one basket and really try and rush one skill to the bonus box, or you can kind of slow play it and push all of them together.
That's
cool. I think that's a neat little twist on the racing mechanic.
Yeah, I think when you play at a higher level of skill, it involves loading up these.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you can get 2 or 3 of these to that level, you can really start zooming.
The problem is you burn through those cards because you're looking for sets of cards.
Yeah.
So you burn through those and suddenly you have nothing left to play to use those bonuses.
Yes.
So there is a balance there.
Yes. Yeah. For sure.
So let's move to our next category, and that's theme. Cax, you're usually our theme guy. Did you feel, in the intro you kind of said you felt like you were a charioteer?
Yeah,
why is that?
But I mean, like I said, the meatballs really kind of give you that image. It does look like you're kind of racing around the Colosseum track there. The different symbols here, the attacking, the sprinting, all those kinds of things. There was just a lot that kind of brought that to life.
Yeah.
The cards themselves. So yeah.
Yep.
I think you figured out why you lost your horse meeple's facing the wrong way.
Now, one problem though, you fell behind in the race.
Yeah.
Did it feel like you were out of it, and it
Yeah, a
was
little
just
bit.
sort of?
It did feel like it was a little bit hard to, the catch-up mechanic wasn't quite there.
Yeah.
As much as, because I kind of lagged for most of the second lap.
Yeah.
And it was basically around I would say 1 or 2 corners that I got.
There was times where you began to kind of come back.
you were edging.
It just never really, I couldn't do that slingshot ahead. So that's fine. You have to be a little more, maybe it's just hand management or just card luck. But
I found it very light on theme to me.
Yeah.
It could be any
any
sort
racing
of
game.
racing
Yeah, you could,
punishing, like Mad Max would work, post-apocalyptic,
Yes.
whatever. So
Yep.
to me, it's not integral to the theme, but it's still a fun game.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and I'm a bit the same. I think the theme is light, but the game is light. So I mean, it doesn't. I mean, I'm sure if they wanted to, the designer could have added more chrome, but that would have bogged down the game.
That's
so
right.
they could have
Yes.
made it feel more.
Make this,
authentic.
Hannibal or somebody, and you give them
you special abilities.
an ability. Yeah, but I don't think I would like that.
Yeah, exactly. I think the idea was to keep it simple, and unfortunately, when you keep it that simple, elements of theme can be lost because you're essentially moving towards this kind of ideal of more generic kind of mechanics and so forth.
Always a balance that way.
Yeah.
Now, we always like to compare our game to other games that we've played. Are there any other games that come to mind?
Well, I mean, the racing games I've played have been like Thunder Alley and Apocalypse Road.
Same or different?
Different, I think. Different. I mean, you're still playing cards, but it's not like it's not the same. What about you, Cax?
Agreed. Yeah, no, I was just comparing this to Apocalypse Road. It has a lot of similar feel to it, but I wasn't as engrossed in this one as I was in Apocalypse Road. It has that damage kind of mechanic as well. It's not quite as intricate as Apocalypse Road, I'd say, but it has that vibe. But I did really feel way more engrossed in Apocalypse Road.
It feels like you can be more intentionally punishing to your opponents in Apocalypse.
Yes.
This one, it's a little nicer game.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. I like a lighter racing game, and I like a fast one. Apocalypse Road does feel a little slower to me. I think, can you do tail wins in Apocalypse, or is that just Thunder Alley?
You can do...
Right, so that one does, you can drag along.
Yeah, you can do the drifting or whatever.
That's right.
Yeah. Or not drifting, whatever you call it. Drafting, I think. Yeah, drafting.
Yeah. One major difference I would say is that in this, you have one board, and only one board. I didn't look at the back. I assume there's nothing there. Whereas in Apocalypse Road, I would feel like I would want to change the tracks to keep it interesting. This, I don't feel I need to do that.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, that was very good. And how about you? Any other games that reminds you?
Well, I haven't played a ton of racing games, so nothing else really comes to mind.
Medium isn't great for racing games.
Yeah.
It's slow and clunky.
When I got the game, I thought that it was actually a reworking of an older Avalon Hill game named Circus Maximus, which is the same thing, but that's much more of the detail where you're actually like, you have your chariot and it's taking specific damage, and there's much more chrome on that one, and it takes much longer to play.
And our final category is the upside downside. So we like to offer balanced review. So if there's a downside, you already mentioned the catch-up mechanic isn't there. Anything else for you?
No, that's probably about it for me.
Yep. Yeah. Okay, downside for you?
Downside, the rules are not the best. It feels like it's very meandering. It's okay, they're clear, but it's just like it talks about one topic and then leaves it and then comes back a little bit later, and so it was a bit confusing in that sense. Other than that, I mean, luck does play a big part in this game, I think, so that was a bit of a downside maybe for me, but it was fun though, so it's, you don't need to worry about it.
For me, my only concern is just the theme isn't there for me, and it just feels you're a little disconnected from the game. It was fun battling against you guys. I think it would be better with more players.
Yeah.
I think having 4 or 5, does it go up to 5?
Go up to 6, I think.
6, I think it would be much better at 6, because there'd be a lot more vying for control and position than if you're behind. It might feel like, at least I can beat that player.
Yes.
Whereas we kind of got out ahead and it was tough for him to catch up.
Yeah.
So,
final verdict. Is this better than Battle Line?
It is not better than Battle Line. Yeah. I really like Battle Line. Is compact and it's elegant. It's a beautiful beautiful game. This game I think would be my second favorite though.
Okay.
I would say I would play it again.
Enough.
It's up there and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's awesome.
All right,
it's great.
So I hope you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to get out there,
Get gaming,
and be legendary.